Good day. My name is Retayo Gabriel Uwale, and I'm presenting today a project titled Navigating Business Challenges Using Effective Digitalization Tool as a Competitive Advantage with Predictive Analytics Capability in Restoration Service Industry. Now, this is the case study of PUROCLEAN West, Los Angeles, and Victor High. The table of content cut across all that has been done, and you can find it here. It's like this summary, detailed, uh, the summary of uh, the old project, and of course, we're able to advise the company. We're able to identify a digital tool the company should adopt, and we're able to identify how effective the digital tools are and how well they're able to streamline workflow and reduce overhead costs and limit manual error in order to improve profitability and productivity, and of course satisfy the customer of the company. Digitalization is the use of technology in order to change business model and of course increase revenue, increase the process and uh, uh, how uh, how business adopt adapt in use of technology in achieving their gains and their purpose in business. So Proclaim, we identify, we align our thoughts. I align my thoughts with uh, uh, 2019 when COVID-19 happened and how most company moved very quickly into adopting remote, hybrid hybrid and of course remote work things. And they are able to deal with their business, and of course some business collapse during this period. So these are one of the things that inform the objective of this project, and we're able to uh, identify the need to increase profitability of the company, improve the data accuracy, and of course enhance customers' experience. So scope of the project cut across project management, communication, billing, inventory management, and customer interaction. And we're able to identify the solution option through the use of solution matrix table, which is included in the appendix. And of course, this was the assessments done in order to identify which technology we should adopt and what tool we should adopt. Now, we're able to identify customer relation management, digital documentation and report, mobile application for technician, cloud-based storage, and customer service portal. Now, in the solution matrix table, the score, the digital tools, the digital transformation tools that were scored high were digital documentation and reporting and cloud-based storage. And this is why we're able to identify these for ProClean's work, efficiency, and to streamline its work process in order to achieve its set uh, goal. So these tools uh, were, are explained here, and for better understanding. And of course, most all of these two tools are benefits cut across, high scalability, reduction in paperwork, reduction in cost being incurred by the company on paperwork, and of course increasing, the documentation process, and of course speeding up, and of course improving on data security of the clients of the company. So short analysis was used to identify the strengths, weaknesses, and threats and opportunities that that are visible in adopting digital documentation and reporting and cloud-based storage with collaboration for ProClaim. So the factors are highlighted here in details. I mean, which uh, includes increasing efficiency and productivity, which is one of the strengths, enhanced data accessibility and sharing, improving data security, scalability, and flexibility. And of course, we know weaknesses are involved, and resistance to change is one of the key weakness and weaknesses, and of course data privacy uh, concern, it's one of weaknesses. Then opportunities, you know, it's it's high in competitive advantage, and of course it gives enables, I mean, Proclaim to think forward in adopting technology that we have value to its clients, and of course the modern day business world. So the threats, of course, the major threat here is cyber risk. So the, the company needs to watch out for the cyber security risk, which is, of course, associated with anything that has got to do with uh, the digital technology. Created a pilot test as a case, I mean, as planned scenario. Functional testing is identified, and scenarios were created along it, I mean, in order to test the function of the digital tools. Acceptance testing equally uh, come with, various scenarios in order to see if the user are able to use it, I mean, the digital tool effectively, and in order to adopt it. Integration testing is equally another factor, and it has its scenario also, because we need to know if new digital tool is better than the existing paper-based, and how the company is able to sync its data or manage any previous digital associated tools into how they're able to infuse it into the new digital tools in order for them to perform well. And of course, performance testing is key as well, because it helps to simulate uh, period, and when there are high demands work, and as such, if if the digital tool breaks down, then of course it's not performing well. But if it performs well, then we'll know that okay, we need to adopt it. And these are the processes for performance testing. Also, we define criteria for successful implementation, and functional criteria is one of it, and it's key pivotal to the success of it, I mean, of adopting the digital tool. Uh, because the tool needs to function excellently. I mean, the company needs to use it, and not without error most time, but it must be at least 99%. I mean, okay for them to adopt. Usability criteria, are the company's employee able to use it effectively? These are usability criteria. Performance criteria, or is the system, I mean, is the system working effectively without breaking down? Are they able to retrieve data easily without, hassle, without having to stress themselves? So these are reliable ways to identify performance criteria, and integration criteria as well. Like I said earlier, it needs to sync with, I mean, the existing system without data loss. Evaluation process. Yeah, evaluation process has got to do with how we're able to collect data and get user feedback, compare criteria that we've mentioned earlier, and identify and resolve problem, and see how we're able to monitor, I mean, the process of adopting the digital tool, and see how it works well for the company. Then the output, we have testing output. We have testing report, we have improvement plan, we have uh, if there is a need. If the improvement plan is well, if it's okay, then we know if we should adopt the digital tool based on the testing that has been done and the result that were received. So after this, there is a need for continued training and support of employee in order, to deploy the digital tool. So, solution model adjustment, amendment, and recommendation. What are we saying here? Of course, there will always be an adjustment in every point in time, because if there's anything that has got to do with performance, we need to adjust, then enhancement, and of course refine the workflow most time to see how people adapt to the new digital tool. So the amendment, most time we see that when we buy phone, we have to update the software. So this is the case when it comes to digital tool. We need to update and add features, additional features, fix bugs, correct issue, amend issues, and all that, or overhaul the process when there are issues to enable improve on the design. So, recommendation training is recommended that for comfortable usage, and proficient one, and of course feature development, and see if there are any issue. We need to add some features. We need to add some feature in the time in the future time, so in order to improve on the on the digital tool and optimize further. Then process documentation is one of what we recommend. Yeah, we need to include guide, a comprehensive documentation that include guides in order for the digital tools to be used effectively by the user. Then digital visualization. Then in this data that is visualized here, we can see that cloud-based is one of the key digital tool that has been adopted by successful companies counterparts, in business world. And if we look at it, digital leader deploy cloud native solution, and this is one of the things we are advising PUROCLEAN, to adopt. And if you see, majority of the digital leader have digital solutions that are cloud in nature, and 64% of them, in these data, adopt that, and of course they are doing excellently well when we look, at the data. Also, analysis were done based on the responses got for the interviewed, and most of them talked about cloud-based uh, digital tool, and they agree that it's key uh, to productivity of any company that want to succeed in digital world. Then problems and the barrier were equally identified, and most uh, talked about was resistance to change, because most people don't want to they find it difficult to move easily into a new digitally adopted process, and complexity of integration is another problem that were identified. Now we looked at the widening gap of the businesses that are adopting digital and the ones that are not adopting digital. When we look at it, the ones that are adopting digital have their revenue increased, and also the ones that are not. If we look at here, in 2019 and looking at 2025, we're saying it's going to skyrocket. And looking at the percentage of the companies that are increasing, what that's one of the pivotal point. I mean the point where we identify the need for the Proclaim to align their business process with this, and we are able to forecast the sale of Proclaim, and we equally identify their turnover from 2012 or 2022 rather till date. And the blue line indicates the actual turnover. And when we look at the golden red line, we see that this is the forecast across the year till 2028. And we're able to align our thoughts, and it correlates with the widening digital value gap that the company's income is going to increase tremendously. And of course, the upper confidence bound level is an indication that yes, it's going to increase in the same trajectory. So we, we are advising the company to take the digital tool cloud-based as one of their digital tools basically. And also looking at the forecast here, the the bar in blue are the actual uh, turnover, and we're looking because we're still in 2024, and we believe if they can adopt it quickly, it's going to increase trajectory and it's going to help the business. Then the distribution also indicated that indicated the same figure that we are identifying here uh, based on the confidence level that the business of PUROCLEAN is going to increase tremendously. So these are the breakdown of the confidence level and how much we forecasted for the company. And the interpretation basically is that the business is going to increase if the company is going to strategize by adopting digital tool, and of course they're going to increase in their growth and their profit margin is going to increase equally. Of course, these are the historical data from year 2022 to 2025, and we're able to, identify the average turnover across the year, and we're able to forecast, the revenue. These are the interpretation and summary of the statistics that was done, and of course the coefficient level. We can see that the coefficient level are uh, are positive. Positive when we look at the intercept, positive in nature, and we know that this is going to help. This is one of the indication that the business is going to grow tremendously if digital tool is adopted. Yes, these are the breakdown of the statistical analysis, the Hanover table, the regression coefficient. Now, the time series of the financials was equally done, and when we look at the time series, it's in the same line with our thought that is going to increase uh, continually if the company is going to adopt the digital tool. And of course, this as at now, this is the average turnover and for the company as it stands. So conclusion, the data and the content analysis in relation to the hypothesis, we agreed and that the digital tool is core to the business of Brooklyn, and we are able to identify that it's going to increase their competitive advantage in handling, navigating their business within the industry. Of course, the conclusion we uh, uh, we advise the PUROCLEAN, I mean, to embrace this digital solution in order to, meet its demands financially, and in order to be one of the four banner bearer of digital to in this industry, because I mean, we have not seen much of people adopting this because it's quite purely technical industry. So we advise the company to, embrace digital transformation urgently in order to make their business grow. Recommendation, we recommend that centralized project management system needs to be implemented. Of course, digital documentation also, to leverage a mobile application here in the near future, and of course, invest much in data analytics in order to continue improvement. So, what's the next step for Crockley? Deployment, support system, and of course, feedback loop is essential in order to, get to necessary adjustment where need be. So, key lesson learned and my personal reflection on this project, it's based on Kolb's experimental learning cycle. And what I might say, concrete experience is different. I mean, from what I learned. I mean, in class. And how do I mean? This is a real world. It's quite a project, and of course, where I have to analyze data, financial data of the company and provide solution to the company. So these are the real concrete experience. But however, the experience from class is what serve as the foundation in order for me, to feel to be able, to handle this consultancy project for ProClaim. So the abstract conceptualization. Of course, I learned that uh, the consulting, the data-driven decision making is most, effective, very important when in business environment. And of course, the theoretical framework learned from the class is key, like I said earlier, because it's one of the things that gives that gave me, I mean, the foundation for understanding what I'm doing here today. So I'm not relying solely on the technical skill because data were interpreted, and of course, uh, uh, the, the the way I saw the client industry is different when I infuse myself into the into the project, and of course, need be to say that. There are a lot of complex data that I had to deal with from getting data from secondary data and all that. And of course, these were key to, to the abstract conceptualization. Reflective observation. Yes, challenges application in consulting environment, of course, require problem solving. And yes, most aspects were achieved by, handling rigorous data, and there was a need for a deep understanding of the business. And of course, I can say without, emphasizing on the importance of, technical skill of, consulting, and the feedback, and of course, the insights that were given by model leaders, my model leader from, lectures, and of course, my tutorial leader, my supervisor from, supervisory section, because this infused into me the academic aspect that, translated into, the problem solving of the aspect of the project. That and active experimentation, of course. I applied a lot of learning that has been done to the consultancy project. I mean, ranging from the advice, the feedback from the module and tutorial. I mean, my module and tutorial. I mean, project supervisor, and of course, I'm actually, you know, uh, planning to, I plan to, emphasize. I mean, my understanding. I mean, in the near future, in business industry, wherever I'm consulting, you know, and understand it fully before I dive into the current state analysis of, I mean, of the client, because it's key to, to identify with the company in order, to carry out the consultancy projects, I mean, effectively. So my reference cut across various documents that were says, and of course the appendix, of course, of the solution matrix is also I mean, identified here. Thank you very much.